Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take my man because you can. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, let me turn this email off so y'all don't be hearing this. What's going on, everybody? Happy after Easter Day. I'm here to tell y'all tonight gonna be real unprofessional because I'm just feeling real laid back. Jolene took my man, and he was a good man, Savannah. Jolene don't took my man, and I'm tired. I've been in here crying all day. Fuck that Stanley cup. I'm drinking out a red cup. And I got me some conch salad. And so we finna have us a Miami good time. And any bitch that's gonna complain about me eating and drinking, you might as well go ahead and hang up the line now. Because I'm finna tear this conch salad up. Because I want to. And this my shit. I work here. I'm the owner and sole proprietor. And I can do whatever I want. Ooh, that's good. How y'all doing tonight? Brothers, y'all all right? Mm-hmm. Now keep in mind that I'm an artist. And I'm sensitive about my shit. Hold on. Y'all get on to him. All right, maybe I won't be eating conch salad all night because it take a lot for me to swallow. But I'm gonna drink this orange crush. All right, let's get this show started. First and foremost, guys, we got to plan a funeral. We had to send out a special set of condolences to the family of the actor Louis Gossett Jr., who passed away at the age of 87. For some of you young hoes that might not understand the significance of Louis Gossett Jr., he was the first Black man to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in 1983 for The Officer and the Gentleman. I most vividly remember Louis Gossett Jr. from Roots and from the movie Jaws or whatever, but he did not bother anybody. And I don't know this to be fact, and it wasn't one of those things that was made very public, but it is said that he was also a member of the LGBTQ community. I can't prove it, but that's just, the industry talk. Not that it even matters. I'm just saying it from a place of being proud, not a place of being salacious. That if he was, that makes me proud, being a card carrying member of the community as well. So special condolences to the family of Louis Gossett Jr. Black man, rest in peace. Your works, your legacy will live forever on. All right. The next thing I want to move on to is some of y'all finna get an attitude with me about this, and it just is what it is. I was scouring the internet yesterday, the day before yesterday, and the level of ignorance surrounding Easter and Trans Visibility Day is just astounding to me. Some people are so caught up in their hatred, their beliefs, their disdain for transness, homosexuality, or whatever the case may be, that they hear the words and their brains just completely stop working. I think it was so reckless, especially for Black media outlets that were posting Joe Biden declares Easter as Trans Visibility Day. And that stirred up all that was all them Christians in the corner needed to hear to be stirred up. I've said this on this show before. I am not here to convince you to accept homosexuality, accept trans people. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to participate in it. That is your right. That is your God-given right. But what you don't have the right to do is to spread propaganda and to fearmonger in an attempt to push an agenda. Trans Visibility Day has been January, February, March, has been March 31st for the last 9 years. Trans Visibility Day has been March 31st for the last 9 years. Easter falls on a different day every year. It just so happened coincidentally that this year Easter fell on the 31st, which happened to also be Trans Visibility Day. Now watch this. You still gonna have that ignorant group of raisins. This gonna be their next excuse. Well, they knew that it was possible, so they should push Trans Visibility Day to the next month. It's like you can't win for losing with some of y'all, so I don't even try. Just like with me, the day after Thanksgiving will always be the day my mama died. All right. But I realize it's a different, I don't even know the number. I don't remember the physical date my mom died. The 15th, the 14th, the 13th. I just always remember the day after Thanksgiving is the day my mama died. And it changes every year. No difference. Again, no one's in 2024, nobody is asking you to be gay. Nobody is asking you to accept gay people. Nobody's asking you to watch gay shows. Nobody's asking you to accept trans people. The only thing we're asking for is for you to leave us the fuck alone. That's really all we want. Leave us the fuck alone and allow us to have the same rights, liberties, and access that you do. You don't have to interact with us. You don't have to communicate with us. You don't have to speak with us. Okay? Just treat us fairly. That's all we're asking for. That's all we're asking for. Moving right along to something a little more interesting. Y'all, I covered this on Hot 105 this weekend. Something about them conjoined twins getting married just not sitting right with me. It ain't sitting right with me. Now, if y'all don't know the story, it's a set of conjoined twins who share the same torso, but their body is the same. They share the same vagina. And recently, sister number one got married. And we all had so many questions, right? I couldn't get into it on the radio because obviously the radio is a safe space, but the internet, we could talk about it. Y'all got one coochie. When he laying up there screwing you on the wedding night, like what is the other one doing? How awkward is that? The sisters finally came out because people had questions and revealed that while they're being intimate, one like tunes it out. She's reading an audible book or doing something else to distract her. Even though the one body is experiencing the sexual sensation, she tunes it out. I am going to say what people are scared to say. Okay. I believe that everybody on the planet deserves love, but there is no way around acknowledging the fact that this shit is nasty. That it's there's no listen. There's just no way around it. You're not going to tell me a sane, rational human being walks down the street and wants to be romantically involved with two heads sticking out of one body. And I am trying my hardest to be delicate here. And I'm not trying to make these girls victims. I understand that they are only playing with the cards that they were dealt. But there's just nothing that you are ever going to say to me that's going to make this all right. There's nothing you're going to say to me as a man. How are you laying up here? What you're getting your rocks off? You screwing sister number one, but you visibly see sister number two is over there trying to tune it out as best she can. And if you hear a little sigh or a little moan from sister number two, you're gonna start stroking that thing even more to see if you can make them both holler, to see if you can make them both climb. It's nasty. And again, I'm not calling them nasty. They cannot help the way they were born. But y'all not gonna tell me that this man has all his marbles. Um, if I was their family, I would be questioning this. If I was their friends, I would be questioning this. It's this is not all right. It simply isn't all right. And I recognize by saying it's not all right that I'm also implying that they don't deserve love. And they do, but just I don't know. This doesn't sit well with me. And I guess at the end of the day, I'm not the one that have to sleep in the bed with them. So it's not that big a deal. But then, I read that they both want to one day have children. Whose child is this? Is this your child? Is this my child? What happens when sister number two wants to get a boyfriend? So now sister number two wanna hunch her boyfriend with the same coochie that she shared with sister number one, but sister number one is a married woman. So now does the husband have to go through the same mental conundrum that the twins go through by separating mentally the coochie? That when sister number two is hunching the boyfriend that that's not my wife coochie, that's her coochie that day. It's just a whole lot going on. I'm not understanding, and I always say this, and you guys hear me say it the most when it comes to like trans athletes in sports. There are just some things in this life we can't have. Everybody can't have everything, and it's just maybe this is just one of them things that the girls couldn't have. Moving right along. Did y'all watch the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion? Let me be the first person to tell you, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the season. I'm kind of done with reality TV. Y'all heard me say this before. The whole ensemble cast of 5 Black women who are fabulous, who go to eat, fuss, have a one-on-one in somebody's kitchen to talk about what they fussed about. Then at the next group event, you confront the person who carried the bone, then they start fussing again. I'm just over that formula. I am completely over it. We found out that Candace won't be returning and Robin won't be eating Giselle Coochie on camera no more anyway. But I did see a couple clips, and I have been lightly following what's going on with Mia, Gordon, and Mr. Ink. And here is what I'm here to say. When Mia first got on the show, I didn't really care for her. I am here to let y'all know that Mia Thornton is the realest housewife that has ever graced any Housewives franchise across all of the city. That bitch must have been looking at my videos from day one, because she said she is not going to allow you girls to spray her with her own tea. Even her most embarrassing, she is willing to sit there and talk about it. When Wendy brought up in those closing credits that Gordon said that Ink comes by to pick up the son because he thinks it's his, Mia was not shamed. She didn't flinch. She stood right there and she stood in it. And this lesson is bigger than Housewives. I always tell y'all, never let a bitch spray you with your own tea. If you own it, there's no gossip. There literally, after that reunion, was no reason for anybody to run back and be on the phone and be like, girl, let me tell you what I found out. It's no tea. It's no tea. And I don't blame her. That's the best way to neutralize a bunch of bitches, especially bitches that don't like you. Girl, here go my tea. Oh, but bitch, you better wait till I get a hold of yours. Go ahead and indulge in my tea now. Because see, here's the thing. Once Mia get a taste of their tea, and when it's Mia turn to spread them hoes tea, she gonna air them hoes out. Here go this cursed ass internet again. When Mia get a hold of them hoes, she is going to air them out, because her attitude is going to be, y'all had so much fun when y'all was playing with my tea, or when y'all thought what y'all had was some tea. Oh, but bitch, when it's y'all turn, why y'all think Candace leaving? Um, I watched a little write up that um Entertainment Tonight did, and they were talking about Candace is departing, and that, she's going on to pursue her music and other stuff. And I'm like, what music? Can Candace sing? In the traditional sense, in the I was in show choir and I know the technical aspects of singing. I know pitch, I know inflection, so on and so forth. Is Candace a star that any of us want to see? Absolutely not. Some people are alleging, and I see y'all in the comments saying she's pregnant. Um, maybe, maybe. Um, y'all keep saying she's acting and she's singing. I'm not trying to be funny. I know what the industry pays. I love the fact that she's acting, but the little yang 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 that she's doing, it doesn't remotely pay what she's making at Housewives. Additionally, acting is gig work. She might be in the show today. Who's to say when you're going to get another phone call to do another show? The Real Housewives of Potomac check was a guaranteed check. So for her and that non-working husband of hers, something has definitely got to be in the works for her to be leaving, and it'll all come to the surface at some point. I refuse to believe, oh, she just got tired of doing the show and she's just overwhelmed, because the time to have been overwhelmed and stop doing the show was when Monique was about to beat your ass and you was putting them sticky notes on the damn wall. That was the time to leave the show. Speaking of somebody leaving the show, y'all, for the 1900th time, somebody said, Funky, did y'all fall out? We had fell out a little bit, but we made up at the Essence Festival. I seen her. I saw Candace at the Essence Festival this past July, and all was well between us. Speaking of somebody else that said they're quitting, Lizzo. Support BLK says, y'all still don't get it. Support BLK said TGIF was a guaranteed $250,000 a year. I am so tired of explaining this. Yes, it was. But those of y'all who keep bringing that up, y'all are speaking like people who never made that much money. And I understand it. That 1 hour that I was giving them to make $250, I'm putting that 1 hour into this and making 3 times that. So I wasn't a fool for walking away from that $250. It made more sense for me to walk away from that $250 when I can turn that 1 hour into 7 versus $250. Simple math, guys. Simple math. Lizzo, she quitting again. Listen, this time around, Lizzo, you need to go where Kelly Price had went at. You need to go where Kelly Price had went at, and you just need to stay. All right? I hate when the Lizzo conversation comes up, because it puts me in a situation where people are always trying to accuse me of bullying her or hating her because she's fat, so on and so forth. And I'm here to tell y'all, America's issue with Lizzo is not because she's fat. Lizzo's issue is because she's fat. There are plenty of fat women in the industry that have not endured the bullying and the pain surrounding being fat that Lizzo has, because Lizzo made fat her gimmick. You're the one who brought attention to you being fat, despite the fact that we can already see you're fat. Okay? That's the first thing. Second of all, I have zero sympathy or understanding for any adult who wants to cry about being bullied on social media or having their feelings hurt on social media. That is called voluntary pain, or I call it insanity. If you know that this little device right here, every time you scroll on Twitter, you end up in the room, in the bed, crying, then a reasonable person would just stop scrolling through Twitter. Bitch, you're rich. Fuck social media. Let your label people run social media and stay the fuck off of it. If it's hurting you that bad, I'm sorry. I do not. No adult can be bullied online. No adult can be bullied online, because you don't have to be online. This is not school. Yes, kids get bullied in school because they have to be there. Quiet as it's kept, following my logic, kids can't be bullied online either. But the only reason why I'm willing to make an allowance and grace for children and teenagers is because in 2024, their lives revolve around Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, so on and so forth. So I will make an allowance for teenagers and teens, but you are an adult. You sound like a goddamn fool and an idiot and an imbecile talking about you're crying somewhere because you're being bullied on social media. How? 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 Turn the phone off. If Instagram is hurting your feelings every day, then why do you keep getting on it? Make it make sense to me. And I'll never forget, and I told y'all this story before. I never knew, you never know why your brain retains certain little nuggets of information. Way back when, I'll never forget this episode of Oprah. She did an interview with Janet Jackson, and she asked Janet, she said, Janet, oh my God, they say some of the most horrible things in the tabloids. How do you deal with that? We didn't have internet back then. We had tabloids. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with it? And Janet gave her the most simplest answer. She said, I just don't read it. And I don't know why at 12 or 13 years old that God put that on me. I guess he knew where my career was going to go one day, and I needed to hear that. Do y'all think when I went through that shit with the Chloe Bailey stuff and with the Blue Ivy stuff and some of the other things that I went through, do y'all think for that week I was on social media while everybody was calling me every nasty name in the book? What would I have been looking for on Instagram going through a shitstorm? What would I be looking for outside of heartache and pain? So Lizzo, go to fuck somewhere. I'm sorry. At this point, I no longer have any sympathy for Lizzo. You are a big ass fucking crybaby, attention seeker. You need therapy. You're fat. You're not the first fat person and you won't be the last. Get over it. And if you don't like being fat, then don't be fat no more. All your counterparts are getting on the table and getting lipo. You this fake fat girl empowerment shit. Oh, I'm empowering. I'm fat, but you really don't like it. You really don't like it. Okay. Second part of the conversation, because me and one of my friends, Kendra Thurston, we talk about this all the time. She was saying, America and people just have issues with fat bodies, that skinny girls get to do things all the time. And it's just fine. But when a fat girl does it, there's a problem. To a degree, she's absolutely right. Okay. But I want to tell y'all something. It's called life. In this life, we all should be able to do all the things. All right. But a hard truth, that's just not the way society is set up. It just isn't, all right? And it's probably not going to change in our lifetime. There are things that white women can do that black women cannot do. There are things that gay boys can get away with that straight men can't get away with. There are things that white people can do that black people can't do. There are things that skinny girls can do that fat girls can't do. There are things that pretty girls can get away with that ugly people can't get away with. It's a harsh reality. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it fair. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but it's the truth. Okay? It's the truth. Here is my thing for Lizzo and all the Lizzos out there. When you showed up at that Lakers game with your ass out, bending over and clapping, you've been fat all your life. You know the way that America and society responds to fat people. You know this. What were you looking to gain in that moment? And if your mission is to be an agent for change and to change the status quo and to change the stigma around bigger bodies, I support it. I'm with you. But it seems to me that you're not cut out for that work. Because if you were cut out to truly be a change agent in that space, you wouldn't be crying every damn 6 months with the fake confidence. Then the next week, she gonna be on that half naked sticking the flute up her pussy. Okay? And then 2 months later, she gonna be quitting and crying. Mama, at this point, you gotta pick one. At this point, you gotta pick one, and fuck us. Fuck the public. Stop lying to yourself. Okay? You're not happy with yourself. And that is okay. You don't like the way you look always, and that is okay. But stop making us a part of it. We didn't ask to be. We don't care that you're fat. We don't. Kelly Price is fat. We love her music. Nikki Gilbert was fat at one point. We love her music. Martha Wash is fat. We love her music. All the Clark sisters fat. We love their music. Their weight's never even a conversation. Their weight is never a conversation. Lizzo, you made your weight the conversation. Want to bend over and clap your ass all over the place. If you want to bend over and clap your ass every place, then you have to take the backlash that comes along with being a fat girl that want to clap her ass all over the place. Should fat girls be able to clap their ass all over the place like skinny girls without getting ridiculed? Absolutely, they should. They should. But unfortunately, this is just not the world we live in, and it is what it is. So either you can beat them or you can join them or you could just retire. And at this point, we all would prefer if your ass just would retire. Retire and go to fat camp. Get on Ozempic, bitch. Everybody else on Ozempic. But see, the problem is you don't made such a declaration and you have married your brand to being fat that now all of a sudden, if you go off and get skinny, that's going to create a whole nother set of issues for you because you are supposedly the proud fat girl. Take us out the equation. Please just take us out the equation, Lizzo. We don't want to be here no more. We really don't want to be no more. And y'all, I know some of it may have sounded cruel, but I live in the real world. I live in the real world. Let me eat some of my conch salad. Porsha and Simon, y'all. Simon say he want Porsha and Bravo to hand over all communications and documents surrounding whatever Porsha's going to be discussing this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Brother, whether they turn over the discussions and the paperwork or not, your ass finna get laid and rest on this TV screen, and we looking forward to it. This is probably going to be one of the highest rated seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I am so mad that Phaedra ass is over there with the Medicine Wives and not over here with Real Housewives of Atlanta. But is it me or Simon is keeping up more shit in the media? I'm just not used to men being this messy in divorce. Simon likes the attention. And it's leading me to believe that neither one of y'all loved each other, because I just don't understand how after 15 months, y'all being this nasty to one another. Like, what could have possibly happened in 15 months that you've gone from love, let's spend the rest of my life, to I want to damage you and hurt you and destroy you? Simon is the most bothered man going through divorce that I have ever witnessed. Every headline is always about something that Simon initiated. We're not really hearing anything coming out of Porsha's camp. It's all Simon, 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 Simon. It's like, Simon, you know what? I was mad at Porsha for divorcing you now, but bitch, if you were 1/6 as petty in that marriage as you are in the media right now, I don't blame sis for getting the hell out of Dodge. And Porsha, if I was you, I wouldn't even wait for the divorce. I'd pay somebody to burn that goddamn house down and y'all just split the insurance money. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. And Porsha is going to win in court. Whoever is defending Porsha is probably Randy Kessler. She is playing her cards just right. You the one looking crazy in the media, Simon. When Porsha goes to court and it's time to go to mediation, there's no way possible the judge is not going to side with her because she's remaining silent and not doing anything. She ain't doing anything. You are just digging this grave deeper and deeper and deeper, which suggests that you are real bothered and you are the reason why y'all are getting the divorce. Now, Porsha, we gonna find out what all the hell going on. We gonna find out when the season starts. But Simon, you need to go sit down somewhere. Y'all, shouts out to my girl Angel Star Crazy on Instagram. She made the shit out this conch salad. Now, just ghetto. I'm like Lauryn Hill. When they were talking about Lauryn Hill always late, and she said, y'all lucky I even made it here. That's how I feel today, bitch. Y'all gonna have to get me on all this ghetto redness. Y'all ass is lucky I even made it here today. The way I feel. We all had them days. You ever had them days you come to work and be like, don't come in here talking to me. I didn't come in here today to work. Okay? This is one of them days I'm in my cubicle, but I did not come in here today to work. Okay? I did not. Y'all had them days. You come into work, you don't want to say good morning to nobody. You just gonna go to your desk and pretend like you working and play on Facebook all day, go to lunch for an hour and 45 minutes, leave. As soon as your boss leave, you leave right behind them because you didn't come to work the day to work. Well, bitch, unfortunately, I don't have a cubicle job. Mine is on camera and on this microphone, and it's Monday. But I'm here to tell y'all, I didn't come in here today to work. Okay? I did not come in here the day that I'm sitting here trying to ride the clock. Okay? 5 o'clock can't come quick enough, bitch. 5 o'clock. It's so disrespectful looking y'all in y'all face telling y'all I didn't come in here today to work. Well, bitch, I didn't. Shit, I didn't come here today to work. We all human, okay? It's just that y'all know me and I don't know y'all. Let me tell y'all a real funny story. Really quickly. News flash for those of y'all who get so offended. It's a boo-boo story. I had to go the day that I didn't have the show last week because I had to go support my friend at her gala. My stomach was upset. And it's in Fort Lauderdale. It said it was going to be about a 48-minute drive. I got dressed in my suit. I tried to use the restroom. I didn't have to go. You know how sometimes it feel like it's up here, it hadn't come down yet. So I said, okay, by the time I get to Fort Lauderdale, I'll, should be able to just use the restroom when I get to the place. Baby. When I got on I-95, bitch, them contractions had done started. I said, oh no, ma'am. And you know how on your maps it show red, the traffic was dense. I was like, oh no, okay. So my contraction started. They was about 7 minutes apart. Baby, them contractions went from 7 minutes to 5 minutes. They went from 5 minutes to 3 minutes. I said, oh Lord, y'all, I'm not gonna make it. And so I looked at my GPS thing and it was like 10 minutes till I get to the venue. Okay, I didn't know what the parking situation was at the venue. All I knew is whenever I get to where I'm going, I am going to have to go. I don't have time to be playing around with no valet. I don't have time to be circling the block looking for no parking lot. And see, I don't know about where y'all from, but down here in Miami, stopping at a gas station to use the bathroom is not always smart because a lot of times the bathrooms are locked, or they say it's not open to the public, or they say they don't have a key. All right, bitch. So the GPS say 30 minutes. I mean, 3 minutes till I get to the thing. I'm like, Q, you can hold it for 3 minutes. Then I feel my body involuntarily release. It was just gas. I said, okay. I said, but bitch, I ain't finna get too much lucky. Bitch, if my body involuntarily release again, we gonna have a problem. Baby, I saw a Circle K. It was a big, nice Circle K. So I was like, I'm sure they got a bathroom. Child, I said, fuck trying to make it to that event, baby. I U-turned that car illegally in the middle of the street. Child, I almost got hit by a U-Haul truck. I didn't even give a damn, bitch. I threw that car in park, wallet, keys, and everything was in the damn car. Car was running. They could have had that damn car. I run into the men's room, child. It only got one damn stall in it and somebody in it. I go to the women's restroom. I wouldn't give a damn who was in there with their daughters. Luckily, nobody was in there. I go to the women's room. Girl, it was no toilet paper in the thing. I had to sit my bare ass on the toilet and I went. Then because it was no damn toilet paper, now I gotta make sure nobody in the damn bathroom. I got my pants around my ankles. I gotta walk around to the other stall and sit down and use the toilet paper from that stall. Catch this, T. This will get funny. So now I'm trying to just stay in the bathroom because I don't want no women seeing me come out of the bathroom. So I'm just sitting in there playing. So one girl sat down to pee and it was no toilet paper. And all I heard her say was, shit, this always happened to me. Y'all can't tell me I ain't a good woman and I ain't a sister and I don't deserve to be in the ladies' bathroom. Because when I heard her do that, I took a whole bunch of toilet paper off and I handed it to her up under the thing. And she said, thank you, or whatever. And it made me feel good that I was a strong sister sharing with my sister. Because see, she would have had to walk out of there with a pissy pussy. Because she damn sure wasn't finna get in that stall that I was in. Okay, I was staying in my stall. She was gonna have to walk out of there with a pissy pussy. And so I'm so glad that I was able to make it to that Circle K because I wasn't gonna make it to that damn event. And I got there and the event was nice and the event was great. I'm gonna have to go to a gastroenterologist. Either that, and you know what's so funny? Really what it is, and I'm gonna tell y'all the God honest truth. Really what it is I need to stop hanging out late night drinking. It's party, but it's literally party, but that's what be going on. Um, Cowboy Carter. Everybody is going up for Cowboy Carter. I haven't heard it yet. I heard Jolene. I heard Texas Hold'em. Whichever ones that are on the radio. I'm excited. Guys, I was at the bar the other night, and there was a white gentleman that was there, and he was trying to be as PC as possible. without saying I don't like the fact that this black woman is taking over. But he did use the words taking over. He's like, oh, I turned on the news today and everything is P. Diddy, and Beyonce. I don't care. I don't care. So I'm sitting back because I'm like, I'm waiting for the undercover racism to pop out. And he's like, I love Beyonce. I get it. But like, what's the point that she's doing with this whole takeover thing? So, I couldn't wait to jump in, right? I said, is she taking over or reclaiming what was already ours? Ooh, when I tell y'all his face turned red as a beet. And I said, and if you think this is something, her next album is going to be rock and roll. I said, she's simply showing up in spaces and breaking down records showing that we belong in any and every space, right? Now, let's talk about something for a minute. And we're going to be fair here, all right? Yes, we started country music. Yes, we started rock and roll. We did, okay? But let's just keep it real here. While there are black people who listen to country music, we are not going to sit here and pretend like, as the collective, country music is just something that we listen to. For the most part, we refer to that as white people music. Child, that's white people music. You not finna sit up here and tell me you and your friends, when y'all would drive home from college in a 6-hour drive home, that y'all were sitting down playing country music. And I'm just playing devil's advocate here for 1 second. From the white gaze, what they are seeing right now on their timeline is an influx of all these black faces being proud. And this is the upcoming country thing, upcoming country artists, upcoming this, country that, and they're all black. I understand a little bit of their angst because I want to do this. What if we woke up tomorrow and on our timeline, it was nothing but an influx of posts of all these white guys and girls, and it being like hottest R&B artists out. White folks coming to make their claim on R&B. R&B's hottest new sensation. We would feel away. Okay? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Nobody owns anything. I'm simply saying I can understand why they are a little bothered. Because I know for a fact, if I looked on my timeline right now and it was like just an influx of white people and the press was writing it up as the hottest thing in R&B, latest thing in R&B, Garth Brooks breaks R&B record, like, it would make me feel a little weird. And yes, I know that we started country music. I'm not stupid. Yes, we started it, but it's not a space that we traditionally occupy on a heavy level. And so I'm just simply saying I understand some of their, but I will say I am glad that the message that she's making is you don't get to dictate what spaces that we get to be in. I belong in all spaces. But we just have to remember that that message goes both ways. All right. If we are going to say, as black people, we belong in all spaces, then it's only equal. It's racially transcendent. If we belong in all spaces, other people belong in all spaces as well. This is an all lives matter situation. But nevertheless, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love what she's doing. And the hoes just gonna have to be mad. They just gonna have to be mad. And y'all calling out the Sam Cooks and the Adeles and the Robin Thicks and the John B's, and I get it. But in the grand scheme of them participating, it was never a movement. So we never felt threatened. It was never a movement. There was never a white movement into R&B. What's going on right now is a black movement into country, and I support it. I do. I'm simply saying I understand why people who feel like they are the gatekeepers to that genre are upset. That's all. I'm just trying to be fair in my thinking. I'm gonna move on to the next thing because some of y'all, whenever it comes to Beyonce, it don't have to have no logic. Whenever it comes to anything black, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see beyond being black. Y'all can't be fair in your thinking. Whatever. Whatever. Jerrod Carmichael, he just did his little documentary thing or whatever, where he had Tyler the Creator on the documentary and expressed to him that I guess he felt played to the left when he described having feelings for him. And Tyler the Creator just busted out laughing, and he says, "I think I called you a stupid bitch." Here is what I think happened in that scene. I think it is very, 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 very hard for black men to be vulnerable, period. Then to be vulnerable on camera adds an extra layer of crazy. And then to be vulnerable in the area of sexuality on camera is a triple crazy area. I don't think Tyler the Creator wanted to talk about that on camera. And I think that that's why he responded the way it is. He responded. And the bigger lesson for all y'all, and I think most of us learned this in third grade. Just because you like somebody don't mean they have to like you back. And somebody not liking you back should not bring you trauma. Like, ain't that a lesson we all learned in third grade? You had a crush on somebody, but they didn't have a crush on you back. There's nothing for us to sit down and talk about. There is nothing for us. I don't need to help you with your healing. You liked me, and I just didn't like you back like that. And quiet as it's kept, I was surprised that Jerrod even did that because Tyler and him both like white men. So it was very, 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 very interesting. And honestly and truthfully, if I'm being honest, I think Jerrod probably didn't even have no real feelings for Tyler. I think he probably just identified with Tyler. He had access to Tyler, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're a black boy in the business that's gay like me. We have something in common." Or whatever. Come on, all 9,627 people that's in the room. Hey, they all in the room. Nevertheless, y'all, it's 9:54. I'm gonna let y'all. My boss just left. She just got her pocketbook and left, and I'm finna leave early because I didn't come in this bitch today to work or whatever. But if you want to put something in the Cash App collection plate, my Cash App is down to the bottom. Like I said, I didn't come in here today to work, so I'm finna go. And I'll talk to y'all hoes. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.